Has anyone else noticed that we had 2 new Star Treks in one day? When has that ever happened before? Oh my gosh, remember when we used to have Star Trek The Next Generation? What was it, Saturday nights, and Deep Space Nine Sunday nights? Or was it Wednesdays? Or did it premiere on Wednesday? And then we had like Deep Space Nine and Voyager, and then we had Enterprise. I mean, this was 2 episodes, new episodes in one day. I'm so thrilled. First, I watched Picard. It ran about 55 minutes in length, and there was so much in that episode. My mind just had to keep going. I mean, you had Picard and Guinan meet, and that was a totally awesome conversation. I think a lot of that's going to apply throughout the series. Q shows up at the end, voila, as well, we have Picard's mother, and that I had to think about, because his mom, she was a hallucination in an episode of Next Gen, and she was very elderly, sitting in a hallway. And Picard looked very old. They made him look very old in the first few seasons of Next Gen before they realized he was the hottest guy in the world, and I was like, wow. Because then his mom shows up, in the premiere of season 2, and she's like a 21-year-old dark-haired woman. I'm like, okay, that's a little different. And what happens to his mom then? Did he rape her and kill her in the room? Or did It the Clown come and drag her out into the sewer? Where did his mommy go? Why does he have mommy issues? Okay, Laris the Romulan. He is not going to be shooting out Romulan babies by the end of this series. Please tell me no. He had so many love interests. There was Vash, there was Bev, there was all these women, Couldn't they bring one of them back, to mate with him if he had to? The Laris thing is just, if you're a true believer, just bye. And they killed off Shaban. Didn't this happen, with the Picard, Crusher, Wesley thing? But didn't they already go through this threesome? I mean, how does he always end up in this weird... Is it his heart? I don't know. Okay, so we have 7 in the Lost Arena, with her hologram Emmett. That's the only one she can stand, I guess. And, there's this big gap of time from when, they finish the fight, and he's like, oh, you were treated so unfairly, and then she goes to the bridge and she puts this belt on with a gun. And it's like, okay, what happened in that time? I think something happened there. She's the one who beamed herself into Chakotay's quarters with flowers. Where is Chakotay? What happened? He was going to be there forever with her, right? That's what he wanted. They gotta fix that. Okay, the big deal. So the Stargazer shows up to this, green anomaly in space, You already know it's the Borg, you get the feel. And they decipher a message. It says, help us, Picard. And, when you hear the message, it's already going to be the Borg. So they take the message to Picard at his chateau. And they're like, well, we have Article 17. We got to help these people. And right away in Picard's eyes, you can see it's the Borg. He already knows that. And then he plays stupid. It's like, oh no, you're not going to go along with this. So this, right away, the duty, he jumps on the ship and goes to the Stargazer. And guess what? The ship comes out of the anomaly and it's the Borg. And the drone's like, we're going to send you our queen. We want peace. Help us, please. And you're like, oh no. Seven's like, you got to shoot her down right now before she gets on the ship. And what she do, she gets on the bridge. And what she do, she tries to take it over because she wants the power before the, peace. And what it comes to, Picard sets out to distract it. What's the code? It's the same code Kirk used to blow up the Enterprise in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Wow, mind-blowing. Awesome episode, absolutely loved it. Can't wait to see the rest of the series. What else do we have? Next Gen. That was it. Then we go into Discovery, which is I felt like the Deep Space Nine episode of the week. You were kind of stuck in this, planet, full of dust. We got this away team, Captain Burnham and Saru, Captain First Officer. This is what, 30-some centuries, and we're taking the Captain and First Officer on an away mission with the medic and the pilot. Okay. When did Sulu ever go on the away mission with Spock and Kirk? I just don't remember that happening very often. Because wasn't he the pilot? I just don't remember that happening. They go down to the planet and it's full of dinosaur bones. And they all get high on this dust. And they can't figure out why they're getting high. Then they realize, oh, our EV suits don't know what the dust is, so it can't decipher it out. And they decipher it out and say, oh, we want to sniff the good stuff, so they let it in. And they take the dust back to the ship on the shuttlecraft. Oh, and they're all trying to communicate with this new species. They went past the galactic barrier and they're out there. And the species, they call them the Tensi. They don't really know who they are yet, but they're obviously lived on a planet full of dinosaur bones at one time. I just hope we get to meet the species, pretty quick, because I think they're dragging that one out a bit, and I just want to know who they are. Then we have back on the ship, we have the boyfriend posse trying to, do their thing, and they end up taking hostage the LGB grandma. It's like, okay, this is a little bit much, but I think that might turn out kind of interesting. What else do we have going on? I hope they assassinate the president of the Federation. I do. I love the actress. She's a great actress, but the character itself, she wants to contradict half the people who know what they're doing. It's like, if they're smart and not a butt kisser, she wants to tell them, you're not good enough. And these people don't need that. I mean, you have Burnham, who's been Captain Material the whole show. It took her so long to get there. And now this woman wants to tell her, like, basically, okay, you suck. And she's like, oh, you're right. And it's like, we can that's the waste of time right there. And then, she tells the scientist, well, it was all your fault. General Andoria said that. It's like, no, it wasn't. No. Just shoot the president and be on with the show. That just, cuts a little bit of payroll, and you can maybe recast that actress, a different character, a different alien. Something better there. Then the thing that kills me is that all season long, these people have been going to the holodeck, but we haven't seen the holodeck. It's like you had Stamets and Dr. Kolber go to the holodeck, but what do they do in the holodeck? And now we have the president of Navarre, Vulcan Romulan, and Saru going to the holodeck. What is going on in this holodeck? Is it like, the holodeck on the Orville where Dr. Quinn goes to mate with the robot? I mean, what is going on here? I want to see the holodeck, it just makes me wonder. So wrapped up, that's what you got, and it was a pretty interesting night, and I can't wait for next week. Yeah.